Today I wanted to talk about colour correction. It's definitely a trend that has been gaining a lot of momentum over the last year or so. This is where CC creams have kind of spiralled from. CC creams are effectively colour correction creams that aim to correct any imperfections in your skin tone, so whether or not that's redness, dullness, pigmentation spots, tiredness, dark circles, all of these different things that can actually make our complexions look quite dull, quite tired, and just not as great as we would like. So CC creams in general aim to address those problems and correct them within one cream. But what you can also do in addition to that, or if you don't want to use a CC cream, you want to use your normal foundation, is actually use individual colour correcting products, which will really help to address those concerns. I've got lots of different colour correction products within my collection. Some of them I use more often than others, but I'm going to talk you through a few that I really like at the moment from different brands and things that I use in different ways. So starting at the beginning of my makeup routine, I always use a primer, not only because I feel like it helps keep my makeup in place, but it just creates a barrier that stops that 4 p.m. slip that sometimes you can get, or stops your moisturiser from seeping into your makeup and causing it to move a little bit. So I love primers. And these two from Clinique are my current favourites, and they are actually within the Super Primer collection that they offer. And these are available in about 5 different variants that all do slightly different things. This pink one corrects dullness, and the yellow one corrects redness. And all you do is apply them like a normal primer, but they're slightly tinted, so they do actually help to lift the skin. Now I'll show you the sorts of colour results that you can expect. I don't know how well that you'll be able to see that, but it's just an ever so slight pink tint that you can put onto your skin, and it creates a really soft velvety finish. You can't actually see that because of the light in this room, but it's a really great product to start off with. And I do find that these help to create a great base which I can then build on. If there are any other areas that have specific issues or any other things that I'm not quite happy with, then I can deal with those. But these are really fab at starting off and getting into that routine of colour correcting your imperfections. Moving on a little bit from that, YSL have actually launched a range of CC creams which are in their Forever Light Corrector range, and this is one of them in a lavender colour. They come in 3 different colours, a lavender, a pink and a yellow, and each one targets a different area. This lavender one aims to colour correct dullness, I believe, and you can either apply it all over your face or you can actually use it on targeted areas. It comes with a really handy nozzle, and it is lilac coloured. It's not something that you can sort of apply on and walk out of the house. It's definitely a product that you need to layer, and you need to layer makeup over the top of it. But I really like these because they really do help to target that under eye circle, dullness and darkness that I get that tends to be sort of at the end of the week when I'm feeling a little bit knackered. And all I do is I apply these sparingly. So I would apply this to kind of this area of my face, around my nose where I've got a little bit of redness or that's kind of a little bit dull, on my chin, and then any other sort of key area that I think I need to work on. These are incredibly light. Even though they're called CC creams, they're not creamy at all. They really absorb into the skin within seconds, and it's one of the, the most effective products that I've tried in quite a long time. So I really do like the lavender one. The other two I'm not such a fan of. They don't tend to work with my skin, but this lavender one is brilliant. But a word of warning, you do need to cover it up over the top with a little bit of concealer or foundation, otherwise you look like you've come out of a purple pain fight. Max Factor have also launched their own range of colour correction crayons, which is quite innovative, and I've got 3 of them that I use quite regularly, in pink, purple and yellow. And again, they are ever so slightly tinted. They're not really strong colours, but what these crayons mean is that you can apply it specifically to an area and they're much easier to blend in. So again, the pink one corrects dark spots, the purple one is for dullness, and the slightly yellow tinted one is to correct under eye circles. You can use them all in lots of different ways, and it's about testing and finding which one works for you and which one really helps to cover up your imperfections that you're not particularly happy with. I personally, I prefer to use the pink one when I'm having kind of a more natural skin day, where I can just use it sparingly on key areas, and then apply maybe a bit of CC cream or tinted moisturiser over the top. The purple one I really love for particularly in this groove between the bottom of my eyelid and the top of my cheek. It's really great there at just lifting the colour and correcting kind of any dark areas. Even though the yellow one specifically is for that, I actually really like the lilac one. Now the yellow one, it's long been kind of discussed that, you know, yellow is great for dark circles, and historically green was great for redness, but these colours and these different options just make it a little bit more wearable and a little bit more realistic. And I really like this yellow one, particularly for under eye circles, but also for the corners of my eye and for inside here as well, where you don't want to pile on loads of makeup. And sometimes if you apply something that's too dark, or the lavender ones or green colours, that kind of thing, then they're quite difficult to cover up. This yellow one is the most natural of the entire collection, and it works really well with that key area. So I use it literally just in this little section here and in this little section here to highlight and contour, basically. But they're really fab. They're really easy to use. I think they're about £9 or £10 each. I'll put some links in the box below. But these are a really great buy, and they last for absolutely ages because it's a crayon. You're really applying it precisely, and you're using such a small amount. They'll last you absolutely forever. Finally, I also use a slightly yellow base on my eyelids to lift the area and to create a great base for when I want to pile sort of colour and create a smoky look, or whether or not it's just a simple eye flick over the top. These are from RMK, which is available in Selfridges, and this is kind of like my own little bespoke pack that I created, that's also got a blush in there and sort of a highlighting colour. But this yellow shade is an eyeshadow base, and what that does is it counteracts any of the funny darkness or the veininess that you can sometimes get on your eyelid, and it's just great at starting from a fab base point. So if you don't want to apply loads and loads of makeup, or you don't want to use a white colour or a creamy colour, you just want your eyelid to look a little bit nude, then this is a fab little product. You can actually get it just in this individual yellow shade. It comes in a teeny tiny eyeshadow case, but it does do a fab job, and I love it for when I'm doing makeup today, which is really simple, and I've literally just kind of put a couple of cat flicks. It's really great at helping create that look when I don't want too much, and these are available from RMK, which is available online and in Selfridges. So all in all, colour correctness products are a really great helping hand that enable you to get the flawless finish that you've always wanted. They allow you to use really targeted products in targeted areas, rather than feeling like you've got to apply a really thick foundation or 25 different products to get that no makeup look. They're available in so many different formats. You can either use crayons for really targeted solutions, you can use powders to target, you know, key areas around the eye, or you can just go for all over products like the CC creams and the primers with the tinted solutions. There's so much to choose from so many different brands, and these are just some of my favourites that I use on a daily basis and hope that you will experiment with too.